I'm serious. I don't know what people are waiting on. They left a message right here on the money. So this is what I was talking about earlier. You see that the capstone is separate, not even connected, and it's illuminated. And it says, Annuit Coeptus, or the New World Order. Our order has been complete at this point. When they put this on the back of the money, in this particular note, we'll go into the different notes, but of course this note originated in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And this kind of takes you into the beginning, or the how this government was constructed in Philly. So like a lot of the money comes from Philly as far as the capital and things like that. So each note represents something different. So like this has a C on it. This represents capital. But then like if you see a note with a D on it, this represents money from your dead ancestors. And there's, I mean, it goes on and on and on, but that's not here what I'm here to explain. But this pyramid is very important because in order for us and people that, you know, participate in this with me to infiltrate this world government, and everybody talks about they want to be free in this world control, first you have to fully infiltrate the pyramid. You notice the top is separate, and they say that the pyramid was built from what? The top down. So what is this saying? So this represents that those people that are on the top have some form of a separate knowledge from the body. So first that has to be decoded. And the only way to decode that is going to take one to totally go up under the veil and learn the ways of the pyramid. You're like, well, how are you going to do this? And you're telling them what you're going to do. So they're going to try to stop you. But you got to remember, this is a high level technology. You see an eye, right? See, this is an eye, or a form of a technology that can be programmed, decoded, and reprogrammed, and even hacked. So what I mean by that is that this is why they can show you right in plain sight what they're doing, and you still go along with it. It's because of this eye, and this is why you can, with high level forms of magic, can go in front of them and show them like, yo, this is what I'm doing, and get away with it and do it. And that's what I'm going to do, myself and others or whatever, to infiltrate this, because if this is not infiltrated, you won't see. See, this was supposed to take us into the year 3000. This figure represents the year 3000. However, there's a group of Luciferians that want to keep the knowledge hidden, and they're almost close to winning this now, to a certain time, to where majority of the people that are walking around right now won't live to see this full order and fully complete. See, this goes back to Aleister Crowley and them, and even further than that, when he went to the Great Pyramid and went to an initiation that he didn't complete. And this kind of left humanity in a state of limbo. So this is where we are now. So what I'm doing, I'm going to lose a lot of people. Of course, people aren't going to think, they always thought I was nuts, but it's going to get even worse. But at some point, it's going to become very successful, even more than what it is now, totally off of our own energy, because we're going to take these fiat notes first. That's the first thing we got to do, is master the money and take back control of the serial number so that we control it. Because right now we don't. There's 8 numbers on here and 2 letters representing a mystery that we have not decoded, dealing with the octagon mysteries, or the Ogdo mysteries, they call it in Kemet. So once we master this money, you got all this stuff I talk about, Kemet, Egypt, and all that, right on the money, and why they say that's worshiping the devil and this and that. No, having money is not the root of evil. It's the use of it. That's what it says in the Bible. It doesn't say having money. Money is the root of all evil. It's how you use it, essentially, is what it is. So it's like the evil is what's in your heart. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to really help children? Like today, we were already able to take 20,000 of our views out And we're able to monetize on that and help some children over in France, through France actually, in Africa to get food delivered. So like we do this on a continuous basis, and it's the goal of it is to go through all of the initiations that these people that you claim are devil worshippers went through and prove that you don't have to sell your soul for a happy meal. And at some point you can be a president and don't have to sell out and do what they tell you to do. You could be a governor and don't have to sell out and do what they tell you to do. We're going to open up a lane because this has to happen, or we won't make it to the year 3000. We won't get to see a lot of the mysteries as they play out and unveil. So, as always, I would definitely be coming up with more information as information is revealed and channeled through me. But first, it's about mastering, however, I should say, it's about mastering the illuminating or the light and the use of light and how they use it. You learn how to use it to your advantage. Because the light is how they deceive you, but this is also how you will eventually gain your freedom. And learning how to, notice in Star Wars they had sabers or lightsabers, and they fought with light weapons, real weapons that could kill you, but light weapons, not bullets and guns. So like these, eventually as this goes on, you're going to notice that time is going to keep going. It's going to speed up. There's going to be many wars, but however, we got to remember we are not. Our time calendar is messed up, and that's what I'm going to talk about next. We are not in the right time zone. If we don't make it to this year 3000, we're going to have to start back over at ground zero. Totally rewrite the script again because we are not in the right time zone. Our calendar is off. I'll say it right here, and this is what we'll talk about in the near future. Hopefully, the next video is off by 1,000 years. It's 1,000-year error in our calendar based upon the counting and the measuring of the days and the miscalculation of that. Because like I was saying in the episode back, it's really 23 hours, which is, notice it's 2023. So this represents a major time correction. That's why the weather, you notice it won't really get right. Because we're going through a time correction based upon our calendar being tampered with and altered and changed around so many different times, so many different time zones. You got the Roman calendar, the Julian calendar, you have the Gregorian calendar, you have all these different calendars, and the time zones are knocked off. And it's based upon the money. That's right, because when the money went into what's called BankNet, which actually happened much longer than what you think, because it goes back to the great Atlantean Empire, we lost the knowledge of money. We went into fiat notes. We lost our commodities, and now our time is now starting to be affected. And it's like a cancer that eventually when you start to lose people, you're going to start to notice your life starts to get affected. It could, not that it will, it could. If you don't take back control. See, at this point now, you have to know the occult and fully master it in order to make it. And then you keep it a secret until there's an annuity where you have to tell the truth. So we'll be coming up with more about the calendar and how it's knocked off and how you can correct it. Actually, too, there's a solution that myself and others started working on about like a year ago, really, or 2 years ago, from Minnesota all the way connecting with people to St. Louis, to Kentucky, all the way to Philadelphia and Ohio. Started working on restructuring this calendar, and that's what we'll talk about in the future. Stay vigilant. Peace. Namaste. I will.